How are you? Hello, my African brothers and sisters. I hope you're all right. I hope all is well. Initially, when I started this channel, I thought that I would be talking about school-related problems. But when you're the child of the Most High and you have connected yourself with Source, sometimes the Spirit will tell you to talk about something and you cannot begin to say, but that's not what my channel is about. Okay? Even if you started it and it's God who told you, then you will always have to listen to what God wants. So today, my message is a warning. A warning to those who have done destiny swap spells. Destiny swap spells. There are people, this was mostly done by parents to begin with, I should explain. Parents, like in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, parents, because they had the whole African upbringing before, where when a child was born, the elder in the family, each family had an elder, which elder would hold that child, and then they would consult with the ancestors and ask, first of all, who has returned in the family, and what abilities, what kind of life they are going to have. So what used to happen? Our parents used to do this secretly, even when many of them pretended to be Christians. But they didn't really believe the Christianity as much. It was more for show than they really believed in it. So they would still go to their elder, if they still had one, or they even go to different witch doctors and witches, and they ask about the child. And when they find out that this child is a type of person who will not make it in this prevailing environment, because seasons change, and the way how Africa used to be before is not how it is now. So they can tell that this child will make it in this environment, or this child will not be much in this environment. So what they would do, they would return, go and look for someone who has a brighter star. It could be a cousin, it could be, a neighbor's child, it could be a schoolmate, it could be another child. Then the witch doctor swaps the destiny of the weak child for the strong child. This weak child is given another child's destiny. The child's life begins to get better because theirs is weak, is a weak walk. Maybe they are sickly, they are not healthy, then they are not bright at school, they don't study good, So they give them the stronger child's destiny. The stronger child, because they are strong, they begin to feel that you will always feel that something is not right. You're changing in a way that you can't understand. But because the elders know what they have done to you, they pretend that you're just being dramatic. So because you have no one to turn to, you naturally search within yourself and try to change and try to find a way, because you're strong. You're strong. So you always evolve and find something else. Okay? Now the other person has been given your destiny. They start to get better, because a person who has that kind of destiny deserves a certain amount of strength, must have a certain amount of strength to walk that path. You understand? So these parents, they do rituals, they will be asked to take certain things to the witch doctor, they will take the child every other time, they will do all kinds of things for this child. This child will be guided consistently. They need the parents' counsel, the elders' guidelines. They need to be helped, because they're walking a path that is not theirs. Okay? Now, the other stronger child always has to find themselves again. But because we have the Most High who never leaves us, He will enable you. Even in the next one you choose, whichever path you choose, you will continue to walk and you'll be guidance. And once your star has been stolen by one person, anywhere you go, the other witches and wizards can tell that this person has strength, has been robbed before, but they can keep repairing themselves and finding something else to do. So with time, you will find that this time you're a dancer. You went to live somewhere with some people. Before you know it, 2-3 weeks of living there and dancing, you suddenly stopped, or you failed to dance, something that you knew, and then other people there started dancing it. Someone else started dancing how you used to dance. Okay? And then you lose interest in that. Completely lose interest in something that you had liked for very long. Then you go somewhere else, you're an artist, you used to draw. You draw, it's your thing. And then before you know it, someone else starts to pick interest in drawing. They pick so much interest that they become better than you at the thing which they didn't know just prior to your coming. Suddenly they become very good. Then you lose interest. Then you start looking for something else. You find that you're consistently becoming different things. Why? Because people keep stealing from you. Because they can see. The people who are spiritually aware, they can tell that this person is strong. Even if we steal from them, they will be able to repair themselves. Because you have a connection with source. There are people who have been brought here, who God has sent in this season of life to make certain changes. Okay? And most of those people, most of us, our destinies have been swapped and given to other people to strengthen them, to help them. This thing was mostly done in Africa because our elders wanted people that they could easily use. So they realized that if they give you someone else's destiny, you're going to consistently rely on them for help. And if I'm relying on you for help, for counsel, to help guide me, to help, I'm never going to go far from you. I'm never going to do what I want. I will always do what you want. So our parents' generation, the elders' generation, they did this amongst their children. They take the strong children, they give their destinies to their weaker children because they know that the weaker children will follow them, will do what they want. Okay? Will do their bidding. And then the stronger children are always struggling with life, having to change, having to evolve, having to start again, and then the parents behave like they don't know what is wrong with you. You're the one who's just disorganized. You're not just disorganized. You're not just disorganized. And these same people who have been given other people's destinies, as they get older, it's still their parents will get involved in who they are going to marry because they have already seen so and so also has a bright star. So if this is the one who marries my daughter, if this is the one who marries my son, you will be able to continue getting energy from that person. Everything for them is drawn by people here. While ours was drawn by the God, the creator, the source, theirs is being drawn for them by these people here who want to control. And this is the problem that we have in Africa today, all this corruptness that we have. The reason why young people who are working in these organizations allow for this corruption to go on is because they have no say. If you were given someone else's destiny by an elder so-and-so who's in an organization so-and-so, they will be able to tell you that, by the way, even what you have, it is me who helped you. It is me who's helping you. Okay? So you can't say much. Okay? You find you're educated as a banker, and then you end up as a teacher. Why? Somebody else has taken your position as a banker, and now you've taken their position as a teacher. You get? We consistently find ourselves in situations that we never planned for. Why? Because people keep stealing from us spiritually with the help of elders. With the help of elders, and then when they steal, they can't say much because the elder is their boss, and whatever the boss says, they have to do. And this is why we have such a terrible system in Africa. That's why nothing is going well. Because the people who are in the system, supporting, working together with our elders, are all mostly from destiny swaps, and so they are at the mercy of the elder. They do what the elder wants. They don't question. Those whose destinies were stolen are mostly at the base, where we cannot make much or many changes. Now I'm here to tell you that season has reached. We have to get back our destiny. And this warning is to those who have stolen, that don't be surprised if you wake up tomorrow and you can't read. Seriously. Don't be surprised tomorrow you wake up, you look at a document, and you have no idea what it means. Don't be surprised. It is going to happen. You're sitting in someone else's office, doing someone else's work. Okay? So yeah, you're going to wake up and you can't do their work anymore, because the power is going back to the owners, because it's time for us to do what we were brought here to do. Okay? There were certain things that we were brought here to do. You cannot do what we were supposed to do because you can't stand up. You can't stand for the rest of us. You have no power to stand for the rest of us. You're a coward. You were given what's not yours. So when they tell you keep quiet, you keep quiet. You understand? So you're not going to help Africa change. And we need a change in Africa. So we need those people whose destiny was stolen. We need for them to get back their power, their strength, their destiny. So a warning to those who stole. We are taking back what's ours. Get ready. When you wake up tomorrow and you realize that everything is falling apart, don't be surprised why. Don't be surprised why. Us, we are nice enough to give you a warning. That's how much we care about you, by the way. We are giving you a warning so that you know. No surprise. If you wake up tomorrow and your husband is looking at you and thinking, who is this? What is she even doing here? How can this be my wife? Don't be surprised. It's because he's awakening to who he's supposed to be. And he realizes he's not supposed to be with someone like you. If your wife wakes up tomorrow and she looks at you and says, how can I be with such a man? What is he even doing here? How did I have children with this man? Don't be surprised, you man. Yes, she has awakened from the long slumber. It is time for us to take our positions back. It's time for us to have our destiny. Our work. We need to do our work. And it is time. Okay? It is time. All that is ours is returning to us. All that is mine is returned to me. And all that I have that is not mine is returning from whom it came. So get ready. Changes are happening. And very quickly. This is going to happen so quickly. So quickly. The things which will happen for you in a period of a month, you'll be like, these things can only happen in a number of years. Yes. Because God doesn't work at man's speed. God doesn't work at man's speed. For you, you worked over a period of time, taking. God takes like this. Okay? So if you wake up tomorrow and there were traits and you could dance my dances, and you wake up tomorrow and you try and you trip and you find you can't, yes, I've taken back what's mine. Yeah. Your business is standing there, you're making jewelry based on what you stole from me. You wake up tomorrow, you can't seem to create a single item. Yes, I have taken back my artistic nature from you. All that is mine is returned to me, and all that is yours, I give back to you. Have a good day.